Hello and welcome back to 100 Yards of Football Sports Talk Radio. I'm your producer, Jeremiah Long, and joining me to talk about the Michigan Wolverines versus the Iowa Hawkeyes in this college football game preview is our host, Mr. Logan Landers. How's it going, man?
Hey, what's going on, Jeremiah? Like we said, it's championship week here on 100 Yards of Football. We got the Big Ten now, Michigan and Iowa. It's going to be a great matchup, man. I can't wait to talk about it. It's going to be a tremendous game.
Absolutely. And for everybody watching at home, thank you so much for all your word of mouth support and sharing everything and talking about our show here on our lives broadcast on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, and over on our podcast. And for all our new listeners, we've got so many of you coming in, and I'm so appreciative. So is our entire team. So without further ado, Mr. Landers, tell us, Michigan versus Iowa, what do we have to look forward to this week?
Michigan. You did it. You finally did it. You pulled off the big win. You shocked the college football world. You beat Ohio State Buckeyes last week, 42-27, in a game that, honestly wasn't even that close. I did pick the Buckeyes to win that one based off of Coach Harbaugh has never beaten the Ohio State Buckeyes before then. He's never beaten. He still hasn't beaten the Michigan State the Michigan State Spartans. So he was winless against Michigan's two biggest rivals. So I had to go against him. But you flipped the narrative on me, Coach Harbaugh. You did it, and you did it in style. Man, the Wolverines last week looked tremendous on defense, on offense. You name it, man. They were able to do whatever they wanted. And it was a great game plan. Caden McNamara, we all know that he's not the focal point of the offense, but he gets it done. He's a solid quarterback for this team. 13-19 on passing, 159 yards, one interception, no touchdowns for him. But he's kind of more of the setter. He gets things set up. He gets a few yards there. He gets a first down when you need him to. But, man, the one key, obviously the big key for them, was the running game. They ran for almost 300 yards as a team. You're going to win a lot of ball games if you can do that. Hassan Haskins was the MVP of this game, bar none. 28 carries, 169 yards, Jeremiah. 5 touchdowns for the young man. So he put the team on his back, got a big win. Blake Corum as well, 6 carries for 87 yards. Good day for him. And, 297 rushing yards, 6 touchdowns, It's unfathomable. They got all of their touchdowns on the ground. They did it. The receiving corps had a good day. They didn't get a whole lot, but whenever they got the opportunity, they were able to get it done. Roman Wilson, 2 catches for 55 yards. Cornelius Johnson, 2 catches for 48. And, man, the defense was also a big factor here, man. We all know that Ohio State's got an explosive offense. And C.J. Stroud is a great quarterback. He was able to put up 394 yards in the air with 2 touchdowns. But they're really able to stuff the running game for Ohio State. And that was the big key for them, man. They were able to stop that running game and really made them kind of a one-dimensional type of lineup for Ohio State. And, man, they only ran the ball for just a few yards. Nothing crazy. Only 64 yards as a team. So compare those, the 64 yards rushing for Ohio State and the 297 for Michigan, and you can see just kind of the difference there. So Michigan, they pulled it out, got the huge win. Now you got to bring it on home. You got to win your championship game to lock yourself in to that college football playoff right now. I've seen some people even list them as a top 2 team right now. So with Alabama having a close loss, and with Cincinnati just, being Cincinnati, they're going to rank teams ahead of them. So, Michigan, you got to pull it out this week. If you want to silence all the doubt, all the haters, we've said here on the show many times that Coach Harbaugh, he's had trouble getting it done in big games. Hopefully he's came over that hump against that huge win against Ohio State. And we'll see how much longer he can ride this train into victory. But you got to win this one, man. You got to beat the Hawkeyes before you can even think about that college football playoff. Because if they lose to Iowa, their dreams are crushed and their season will be done after this game. So I think that Michigan still has a lot to prove. And Iowa, man, they've had a tremendous season as well. They're no slouch. They're 10-2. And, they were a high-ranked team. They've beat a lot of good opponents this year. But, yeah, if you're Michigan, you got to get it done. You got to hope that defense comes and plays and steps up once again. Hassan Haskins had a tremendous game last week. Can he repeat it? We'll see. Let's talk about the Hawkeyes, though. Iowa Hawkeyes, like I said, 10-2 on the year, have a nice 4-game win streak going on at the moment. They beat Nebraska just barely last week, 28-21. But overall, a win is the win. No matter how big of a score it was or how small it was, a win's a win at the end of the day. Spencer Petras had a good day, 7-13 passing for him. And I think that if you're Iowa, you got to get a little bit more pass heavy. They only threw for 178 yards as a team. For rushing, 186, not bad. Tyler Goodson had a tremendous day, 23 carries for 156 yards for the young man. And you just got to get it done. Like I said, it was a close win. They were shut out in the first quarter, but after that, they were able to put some points together. And they really came back in the fourth, put up 19 points. And so they were able to get it done. The receiving corps, Sam Laporta, 61 yards on 3 catches. And the defense, like I said, they gave up 21 points, so not too shabby. Jack Campbell led the way with 16 tackles. Seth Benson with 10. Only 2 sacks on the day for the Hawkeyes. I think you definitely got to get to McNamara, and you got to stuff Haskins at the line of scrimmage. Got to get a few more tackles for losses. They were only able to get 4 as a team, so you got to come ready to play. Jamari Harris had an interception on the day. And I think if you're Iowa, like I said, it was a close win. They've got some good players, though. Their defense is solid. Jack Kerner, Lucas Van Ness. The list goes on and on. The offense has got to step up a little bit more if you want to get the big win in this one and pull off the upset. Because, Jeremiah, the heavy favorites right now are Michigan. And I am going to go with the favorite. I am going to go with the Wolverines. I think they're kind of the feel-good story right now. They overcame all that adversity. They got the big win last week, knocked off the number 2 team in the country in the Ohio State Buckeyes, effectively shut them out of the championship game because they took their spot here, and the college football playoff. So I'm going to go with the hot hand. I'm going to go with the Wolverines getting the big win in this one. I think Michigan will win this game. I'm going to go Michigan 28. I think it's going to be maybe lower scoring. So I'm going to go Michigan 28 and Iowa 17. I think Michigan's going to have a good day still. McNamara's going to do his thing. Haskins is going to put a bunch of yards. I think the defense is really what's going to be the key point here, as it has been for the whole season for the Wolverines. They have one of the best defenses in the country next to Georgia. So I think they're going to come to play. Iowa's going to have that, that championship momentum looking good. They're going to come out and prove that they belong here, that they're going to get that upset. But I think overall Michigan's just going to be a little bit too much talented, too much firepower on that defense. I think the offense is going to keep clicking along. Like I said, I got a little bit lower scoring, but it could be a little bit higher scoring. You never know. I just think that with the championship game, you're going to see a little bit some nerves come into play. You might have a few bad passes, maybe some fumbles. But I think overall the Wolverines going to get the big W in this one and punch their ticket, Jeremiah, to that college football playoff.
Hey, it is time. It's either put up or shut up. It is that game. We love championship week because everyone has to be on their P's and Q's. Anything that you've been hiding in your arsenal, it's time to bring out the big guns. It's time to do what you can to get to those final rounds. And for Michigan, this is make or break. You have got to win this game. For Iowa, all you want to do is shake that tree, come down with an amazing win for your team so that you can go back home and be like, look, we shook it, and for next season, we're going to come out even stronger. So shout out to Michigan and to Iowa fans because we know that you're going to be in the stands, you're going to be at the sports bars, and you're going to be at your homes, adding all of that energy into the universe and putting it out there that your team is unstoppable on this college football game. So we really appreciate that. And for everybody just having conversations and telling all their friends and family about our show, that have been watching on YouTube and Twitch and Facebook, thank you so much. All that word of mouth and telling everybody, all your friends and family about us has been one of the key reasons why we've been able to grow so fast. And if you're listening to our podcast, thank you again. But if you're not, do like me. Grab your phone, pull up your Spotify app. That's what I'm doing right now. I'll show you. I'm pulling up my Spotify app, and then I'm going and I'm looking, I want to listen to 100 Yards of Football. then you press the button, you listen to 100 Yards of Football with us every single week. All of our podcasts go up each day, and we have incredible new episodes coming out all the time. And you can listen to us anywhere that you want. You can listen to us on Spotify. You can listen to us on Apple Podcasts. And you can listen to us anywhere that you listen to podcasts. So just look up 100 Yards of Football and join us every single week for more and more. And you might as well drop us a review while you're there, because we love hearing from you, and we want to know what you like about the show and what we could do to make this show even greater, because we're here for the absolute long term, every week here consistently with you. And when we're in the off season, we're going to be covering the team previews, we're going to be covering draft prospects, and we're going to be letting you know what's happening in the world of football. And you know what's up here in the season. We've got our game previews. We've got interviews with legendary players, legendary staff, and other amazing sports broadcasters, because that's what we do. We are here for you. So thank you so much for watching this preview of Michigan versus Iowa with our host Logan Landers and myself, producer Jeremiah Long. We'll be back with another live